Are you declaring an emergency, sir?
Watch all episodes of Ice Pilots. Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
This time on Dangerous Flights.
Stop.
You just don't know what you're in for.
The mavericks of the flying world are taking a time out from delivering planes across the planet.
How's it going, buddy?
For the first time ever, the crew's all together.
I am not doing this again.
It's a sickness.
Like an addiction.
To talk trash.
Fight for your marriage?
Oh, such a dick.
And trouble.
You're going down 1,000 feet a minute. Hey, get us close. All right.
Wow.
Wow.
So buckle up
Woohoo!
for a ride like no other.
Let's roll.
I was speaking thunder for the rain keep falling.
Here we go.
All sounds to rumble.
Are you kidding me right now?
Tumble. You're crossing the border. Where the devil won't go.
Let's roll.
Where the devil won't go. Where the devil won't go. You're crossing the border.
This last year has just been a whirlwind. We did about 12 different flights all over the world, and it's just been a blast. There's been lots of crazy stuff that's happened to us.
Dude, if we make it, it's gonna be a miracle. Freaking thunderstorm! Are you kidding me right now? Holy.
I can't see anything. Nothing.
Stop.
Well, we're not Kansas anymore, man. There is nothing around here.
Can I start breathing now?
We're just gearing up to do another set of flights here, so I thought it'd be a really, really good idea to get all of the pilots in, come to Utah, and kind of relax, get to know each other more on a personal level before being stuck in a cockpit for 20 hours crossing over oceans and jungles.
I have not been to Ogden before. I bet there was some gunslinging here back in the day.
It's been a challenge to get everybody here. We had two of the pilots come in from California.
Sunny San Diego to snowy Utah.
Next time, I'm organizing this. We're gonna go to Cancun.
We had Brad fly all the way from Colombia.
When all these pilots get together, there's probably gonna be a lot of BSing and a lot of ego flying around. Never met any of them, you know?
Thanks for the ride. Appreciate it. Thank you. See you later.
Except for Corey and Pete.
White.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Way too long, brother.
What's the word?
I haven't seen you in a year.
That is true. It has been a year.
Gosh, Carrie came in from the Midwest, so everybody's traveled quite a long distance to get here.
What's up? How you doing, man?
buddy?
Welcome to snowy Utah.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's cold as hell.
Well, this is gonna be awesome, Corey. I really appreciate you doing this. I mean,
It's so hard to find a time when we don't have a plane in the air.
well, yeah, trying to get 6 or 7 pilots together all in the same in the same spot at one time is damn near impossible. Oh, nice.
All right, cool.
This is sweet hangar.
Boys?
How's the bear, Corey? What's going on?
Corey,
big
what up?
Corey?
I thought it'd be a great idea for all of us to get together and kind of just talk about last year, some of the different flights that we did, and have some fun.
Cool.
Stu, what do you think when you first see a plane?
Sometimes I see these things, I was like, this thing's gonna kill me. It's like, what is...
That's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hate walking up to a new plane because you just don't know what you're in for, especially these things have been sitting for who knows how long. They always say, oh yeah, it's in great shape.
The Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne was
we knew what we were in for. We were like, this thing is horrible before we flew it. It was bad.
Well, let's check it out.
18 legs, 18 problems.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Departing runway 5. Place caution for birds on us in the airport.
Got ice all over this windscreen and it sucks. I can't see anything. Nothing. No heater. See the heater? Nothing. There's no heater.
We got things freezing up. We got nuts and bolts freezing up. We got a windshield that won't defrost. It's just one thing after another. That's hilarious. I forgot that that button was missing. It was like, let me turn the heat on. Oh.
It doesn't exist on this side. It was so cold in there.
But it sounds stupid to someone sitting at home going, the heater doesn't work. But they don't realize when you're at 20,000 feet that it's like, you know, what?
Minus 32.
Minus 20, minus 30 degrees out. And after an hour, 2, 3 hours of that, it gets cold.
Oh, there's nothing worse than a plane the heater doesn't work.
I mean, did you see the screws on the inside had ice on them? Like, how does that happen?
At least you weren't in Russia.
That is true.
That is true.
That is true.
That is true.
That was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Holy, it's negative 50 now.
Just too cold. I mean, it's just too tough, man. My feet are numb and hurt. I'm gonna put another map down here. Maps actually work pretty good.
Can we have me another one?
Here, one of our favorite places, a nice warm Australia.
Holy.
Dude, if we make it, it's gonna be a miracle.
Wow.
That's miserable.
My shoes actually, they froze. So I took them off and put them in my feet in socks and then into my headset bags. And it was the...
Being that cold affects your performance.
Oh, heck yeah.
Big time.
Oh, huge.
See the airport? No. I mean, the main difficulty on this approach right now is us, Corey. We're cold, we're distracted.
Echo Bravo, clear to land, runway 25 left.
Okay, clear land on 25 right for 800 Echo Bravo. We're going to the right?
Clear to land, runway 25 left.
Frozen a plane, you just feel like you've lost 20% of your intelligence right there.
Yeah. And I don't have that much
And
to
yeah,
begin
you don't have
with.
much to spare. Right?
On these type of flights, I think it is very, very important that the pilots work together good to make a safe flight and to get the airplane there safely.
So they don't kill each other.
And so they don't kill each other.
I mean, I couldn't imagine getting in a fight with some guy at the beginning of a trip and have it brew and fester for the whole trip. That would be awful.
But I guess it's not always harmonious all the time.
Oh, man, are we getting pushed? Holy. Almost powered almost all the way down. 54 on tailwind. Oh, look at that. Feel that? Are you kidding me right now? Holy. In a minute, went from nothing to, oh my God, hundreds of lightning strikes. That, I've never seen that before. About 100 strikes. No, we're good. Easy. You're going down 1,000 feet a minute. Level the wings. Level up. Hey, get us close. All right. We're 1,000 feet over the water. You're going down 1,000 feet a minute. We're good. Sorry, man. We're not recovering. It's all right. The airplane has it, all right? Don't let the airplane do the work for you. The airplane did not have it. We were going down 1,000 feet a minute. I got it down. I'm just trying to get the thing over, all right? So don't have to turn that fast. Settle down. Hey, chop your power. Dude, just please. Maps to 0.
1 yes, you may vacate.
You know, when you grabbed the stick, which is the scariest feeling for me to have someone do.
But you weren't correcting it fast enough for me. I wasn't gonna let it go.
But that's the thing. I wasn't doing it fast enough for you, but I was on it. I
didn't think so. I didn't think so.
Wow.
Wow.
And you look like that scene right now. Awkward.
Awkward, yeah, well.
Yeah.
Who was the pilot in command?
I was.
But you know, we were descending 1,000 feet per minute. We weren't supposed to be. And it was continuing, and it wasn't bad yet. But I wasn't gonna let it get worse.
There's a million things, you know, you have a glass cockpit with a million pieces of information, you're trying to digest it all. And then when he grabbed the controls, then it was like, now I don't know what's going on. I'm lost total control of the airplane. You know, it's kind of like one of those things you hope you live through it. And then after that, you hope it never happens again.
See, that's a dangerous situation too when you guys get upset with each other, because usually right after that happens, after you guys start arguing, silence.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, is he doing the checklist? What's he thinking? What's he doing? Is he watching my back, or is he staring out the window?
Team, and that can be tough.
It's tough.
Matter of fact, next time I know how I'm gonna handle it. I sit there, when I see him go for it, I'm going like this.
I'm gonna fly it all the way in.
I love you, man. Holy crap. That's not good. That light means we have 10 minutes left of fuel. Holy.
It's never a good thing.
We are fuel critical. It is imperative we get a straighter line than this. Come on, baby. Give it to us.
Wheel pumps on. Just a little bit more.
So I think we're high enough to glide in there now. If we lose an engine.
Fuel management is one of the things that I think nobody really can understand what we go through, because we can look, we can plan, and when we get in the air, things change. The airplane doesn't perform like it should, or the forecast changes. I know that you've had a couple instances where fuel management was critical.
Yeah, that flight from Georgetown to Macapa, we ran into a pretty big wall of headwind there. That slowed us to just nothing.
And it was the whole flight.
Yeah.
We hit it right off the bat. We had a lot of stress because we knew way in advance, based on our fuel burn, that we were going to be limited near the end.
Let's watch.
There we go. If these headwinds get any worse, we're screwed. That is slow. We got to be pushing a 35-mile headwind. That's not good. Keep an eye on that fuel pressure. At least one of the engines should still be running by the time we get there, but they're running pretty low, so I really hope we make it. Oh, there we go. Oop, there's... Boost pump on. Boost pump's on.
We have fuel pressure.
Macapa control, November 27608.
Like priority landing, fuel critical. 23 miles from Macapa.
Right aux tank's dead. Now we're on the right main tank, and that one doesn't have much gas in it either, so.
Come on, come on, come on. It was either the jungle or the ocean.
And there's nowhere else to go. I mean, you can try to head east, go to the coast, but the airports there are all so far away, you might as well just keep going to Macapa. Yeah. Don't waste gas.
It's funny how sometimes I've been criticized about, wow, you're dangerous flights. It's not dangerous, it's just, come with me. Okay? Even when everything is going perfectly right, and you look at your map, and there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. So if something happens right now, where would you go? And the answer is, you don't have an answer.
Flying some of these small airplanes across the ocean or sometimes over the jungle where the normal aircraft doesn't have big enough fuel tanks to make it, we have to put these auxiliary tanks in here. That's one of the things that make me the most nervous is you're tinkering with a perfectly good fuel system and you're putting a homemade, basically aluminum box in the back of the airplane with just tubing and then piping it into the tanks. I mean,
Survival mode.
I hate ferry tanks.
That's either do or die
That
on
was
that one. Yeah.
last year. Randy and I were over the North Atlantic in the 206, 50-knot headwinds, or between Goose Bay and Greenland, and we didn't think the ferry tank was pumping fuel into the right wing. And that was a scary thought, because there was no gauge on that deal. What's this?
I want you to look in that tank and tell me what you see. Or maybe I should do it, because I know I've been looking back there. I'll have a better gauge of how much fuel's in there. Okay. Got the airplane. This is really difficult with these suits on, man.
They're a pain in the ass.
Oh, what was that?
Okay?
I'm taking off the cap. All of a sudden, that thing just flies up. It was like an explosion, man. I took a huge whiff of fumes, man, and I don't feel too good. Those fumes were nasty. All the electronics we got in here, fuel will burn, the vapors explode, and geez, we gotta be careful, man. We gotta keep this thing well ventilated.
Gotta love ferry tanks.
Oh my God, that was, the whole cockpit's just full of fumes. I mean, we had the HF radio, the portable one that was installed in there, plus all the other electronics. It was,
yeah, it was pretty sketchy.
This happens in North America, you declare an emergency and maybe 20 minutes, you're safe on the ground, and you say, well, let's go and check that out. Right there, you don't have that option. And that's where these things gets really, really, really complicated.
but you had problems in a brand new Phenom, right?
We're taking off, and we were crossing probably about, what, 6,000, 7,000 feet?
I think we were up to almost 10.
Almost 10, and then pressure is just killing me, killing us.
And it was fast.
It was
that pressure
really,
went like...
Cabin. 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 Cabin.
We lost pressurization. Okay. Stop the climb. Stop the climb right here.
Autopilot.
Level off.
Autopilot.
Okay, tell them we need to maintain altitude right now. Slow down.
Cabin. 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 Cabin.
And you can see me going like this because, you know, the pressure is just minus 10,000, and I say, what's going on? And I'm starting to read the checklist, and it's the worst thing that can happen to a pilot when you do not know what's going on.
And instead of being a good co-pilot and just paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm watching him bump up and down the pressurization as the speed goes.
Autopilot.
Fly the plane for me, please. Maintain altitude and fix the ship. We have a pressurization problem right now. We need to hold altitude for a minute. We'll advise.
Foxtrot, what's the problem?
We have a pressurization problem. I'll get back to you in just a minute.
Number 777, Bravo Foxtrot.
Slow down. Slow down.
What level do you need?
Which oxygen mask on? On.
1,200 meters, fly Dolma 3D Apache. Radar contact. 777,
Autopilot on. Autopilot on.
Autopilot. Stall. 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 Autopilot.
What the hell was that? Oh, you forgot to look at its speed.
Oops. Well, the thing is so smooth, you know, and it's on autopilot. You didn't feel a damn thing until stall. Oh, yeah, I look at this, feel like.
Don't slow down that much.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Yep, there it is. Check it out, dude.
Now, when you're crossing the North Atlantic, there's airports that we use, like Narsarsuaq in Greenland. Top 10 most dangerous airports in the world.
We certainly don't want to end up like this guy. Hey, bro, I hope this never happens to us.
Can't let it.
Well, you guys have had challenges on the Scariest flight.
Oh, yeah.
When you were going in to Narsarsuaq. And they closed the airport?
It was, again, one of a situation where it was a nice day. We might as well go full throttle and get there quick. We don't need the extra gas. Why would we need extra gas? It's a beautiful day. Boom, airport's closed. Now what are you gonna do?
158 Papa Golf, go ahead. They get a message for you. They are saying that the truck is below minimum and throttle back. Throttle back right now. 8 Papa Golf, roger. And that's why you save all the gas you can. This is a killer. This is exactly what we did not need today. We're way past the point of nowhere. Yeah, we're physically over Greenland right now. So there's no turning back. Exactly the sort of thing I hate. In Greenland, the weather changes really quick. Big old front moves in or something and shuts the airport down. What's the alternate nuke? Maybe, if we can reach anything. It's a problem, the alternates are just not close enough.
What happened there?
Our plan was to lean it back, throttle back, ease in some sort of safe direction, which we did. We started kind of heading to I think it was Nook, right?
Started going
and
Nook.
it was what just leaned it way, way back. I mean, super slow.
Hello, this is Stu, the pilots from November 158 Papa Golf. Can you hear me?
We kept contacting, we kept recontacting. We just kept bugging them every 5 minutes.
Hello? Sorry, I'm on the satellite phone. Can you hear me?
Nope, we're still closed. And then finally, 20 minutes or something out, they go, okay, we're back above, and we just pinned it straight to it. So
Yeah, that was a
it
tough
worked
choice,
out.
though. It's like, all right, Nook is open, and we got barely enough gas to get there. But if we turn and go back to Narsarsuaq, then we're committed, because then we'll have burned that gas, and if it recloses, we're screwed.
It's a committed choice. I mean, you're boxing yourself in.
Well, that is one of the most dangerous airports to land.
Brad and I were just talking about it. We were talking about how the ice cap and what it does and how it sheds winds, plus the high pressure system that goes down, parks off the southern end of Greenland and all that. And it was just on cue. This place is nuts. Look how many fjords you have, and you miss one, you pick the wrong one, you're dead.
Yeah, this is crazy.
On this arrival, we've got 20 knot winds. In that fjord, it can get really aggressive with the turbulence and wind shear.
Woohoo! Ooh, slowing down.
Go ahead and pitch this beauty up.
Yep, I got it.
Thank you, sir.
Man, right on cue.
That was unbelievable.
November 78, Quebec Romeo, turning final runway 07.
Got a long runway. It's windy, and it's going to have wind shear.
Yep.
There are some big flipping icebergs out there. Holy smokes. Like, it was bad. And it was just boom, all the way down to like 1,000 feet.
Yeah. I don't like Narsarsuaq.
One of the most interesting things that I learned over last year was just that you don't know what to expect when you get to these other countries. Every custom's different, the agents are different. It's crazy.
What the hell? We got no power for the plane. Well, if we can't get this started in a couple of minutes, it means we're staying here for a while. What in the hell?
You want me to go see if the fuel truck has a jumper?
Oh, that morning, the runway was closing for maintenance, and so we had to be in the air before 8, and we go to fire it up, and our battery's completely dead.
Here he is. We need to get jumped and get out of here. Can you jump us?
He had no idea.
This is the best you going, jump us?
He has no idea what I'm trying to say. Battery dead. We need to plug in.
Ooh. Yeah. You got that? Yeah.
We gotta hurry though. They're closing the runway.
Time we got.
We really do only have a few minutes.
He went and took a battery out of another airplane, ran it over, we jumped it, got ours started, and we were off.
We took off. My GPS said 8:01.
Yeah.
In a foreign country, a good rule is that if they don't speak the language, just speak louder to them, and that always works. If you just start yelling jump start, they're like, oh yeah.
See, I've become, in ferry flying, I've become an expert at international charades. You know, it's like, I need fuel, a jump.
That's why I speak 35 languages.
Big Latin?
I'm cheap. I don't like to spend money because every dollar that I save comes into my pocket. So I avoid paying for handlers as much as I can.
Roger that.
And then, but if you come in, you know, sometimes I bring a little T-shirt that people will recognize. It goes a long way, you know?
Let's see your charm.
Show me dimples.
Lady killer. Lady killer.
Indonesia really loves football, and they're big fans of Brazil for the soccer. We do not have any handlers, any support, anybody there. So maybe I can make some friends.
It's Ronaldo. Indonesia.
How are you? I'm Captain Lucchesi, okay? We're going to file the flight plans.
Your friend Ronaldo.
Yeah, my friend Ronaldo. How's my friend? He gave me shirt.
You know, I love the shirt. That actually did work with some of the guys, but not with that immigration dude.
So on the immigration side, what do we have to do now then to clear?
My role, your problem like this, to investigation for you.
Investigation? We called the airport authority. Do I need to hire a handler? They said no.
Yeah, like this.
We're waiting for the big boss, and he's going to be the one that decides what the appropriate punishment is for us. I mean, it could seriously be jail.
You know, even today, I don't know what was going on.
I think they were just looking for some extra cash.
620. Thank you so much, okay? We'll see you next time. There are two friends that always get me out of trouble. One is Ronaldo, the other one is Ben Franklin.
The Benjis.
Right now, we're not sure the plane's ready. We need to get going, though. I mean, we have to get it there tonight.
We don't have to do anything.
If this landing gear is a problem, I'm gonna be pissed. Hey man, just drop it. Dude.
It's time to fly. Get that plane fixed. Let's get in the air.
The ongoing challenge we have is walking the line of when to go and when not to go. I mean, we have to schedule the pressure of the client. They want their airplane, and then it's the pressure of the expense that we have too. Every day we delay. So it's difficult. I know you guys had some big challenges in Wick getting ready to go into Scariest, right?
Yeah.
We're ready. Okay.
And this afternoon, from about 3 o'clock onwards, it's all lifting till basically a clear sky.
Excellent. For the North Atlantic in the winter, it's a beautiful day.
Well, if they all went with a forecast like that, they're all going to live. But they don't.
We get moving pretty quick in an hour.
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Don't take on a ferry flight if you've got a deadline to meet, because that's the real killer. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd be doing this again, but here we go.
On every one of these flights, the owners are always calling, emailing, wanting to know what's going on, pushing us to get it there as soon as possible. And it's difficult, and I know sometimes that I put that pressure on you guys, but it's a fine line we walk.
Well, I think we've all pushed it, and we've all taken chances, and a lot of us have been bit and gotten away with it. But you do this job long enough, you're going to run into some really bad luck on one of these legs. And if you haven't left yourself an out or a back door.
The average is 3 deaths a year across the North Atlantic. Yeah. That's the average, right?
Yep.
Some years better, some years worse.
A lot of also has to do with our own egos. Okay, a lot of us, we have that mission accomplished kind of deal. I did this in the shortest time.
That's a fatal attitude. You keep doing it.
You go ahead.
Let me know how that goes.
it's definitely been a learning curve for myself, that's for sure. Having the opportunity to fly with you guys too, and being out there with you and seeing all the that we have to go through to make it happen, this is not your normal flying. My friends think it's so glamorous, these different places we go. They don't realize some of the holes we have to stay in. And then, God, you get so tired on these trips too. It's tough.
You know, you get to the hotel, you're exhausted, and you don't get 8 hours of sleep because you got to get up and flight plan. You got to look at weather. You got to get out to the airplane. You got a pre-flight, and it's just like you got to fuel, pay fees, everything. And it's just like you're always running on 5 hours of sleep a day.
Well, let's see some tiring times.
Wow.
I'm a little tired right now. We've had 3 long days, and we're constantly being challenged in one way or another. We're not eating much. I'm sure we're dehydrated because we're not drinking much.
Jumping time zones, being at altitude. If you're tired, you're physically drained, you can make a stupid decision, and you're dead because of it.
There's no wires, there's no roads, there's no tracks of any kind. It's just a bunch of jungle down there.
It's like Beavis and Butthead flying the most dangerous missions in the world. All we can talk about is
6 or 8 year old humor type stuff. Yeah, tomorrow might be a good day for a rest day, man, because we're totally losing it here. What tank are we on now? Left, I think.
Left. It's a question.
One of them. So that flight, we had 3 long days of flying up into it, and we're just beat. We had some serious problems with the airplane getting it ready for the flight, and we're just punch drunk, happy, like just laughing at the stupidest.
It does wear on you, especially if you're going eastbound and you're losing hours every time. I mean, if it's a long one, you know, after 4 or 5 days of 5 hours of sleep.
Tune in the wrong frequency and it pops up, you know, Bangladesh, and you're going to Reykjavik, you know, and you don't have the right frequency and you didn't check it, and your brain is messing with you because you're like, oh, did you check it? I didn't check it. Did you check it? I checked it. I think I checked it. You know, no one wakes up in the morning that crashes and go, yeah, I'm probably going to crash today. Let's go give it a shot. You know, nobody thinks they're going to crash.
That's why I took more than 10 years off. You know, when I got married and had my second child, it's like, you know, I might want to not ferry fly for a while because number one, don't want to die and leave these kids with just pictures in a photo album of Dad who went down in the North Atlantic. And 2, I want to be there for when they're growing up, you know.
Last year I missed Christmas, I missed New Year's Eve, I missed my wife's birthday, I missed my anniversary, and it's very, very probable that this year I might not see my second child birth because of what we do.
Count our divorce rate in here?
80% divorce rate, lots of drinking, lots of smoking. That terrain there in a single-engine airplane, if you have an engine failure, the best thing to do is just pitch over and get it over with.
Not me. I fight for everything.
Do ya?
Oh, here we go.
Fight for your marriage?
You're such a dick.
This last year, it was interesting. I mean, the first time a lot of you guys met were when you guys were hopping in the airplane, flying halfway around the world.
You have to keep a good relationship with the guy you're sitting like this with for 2 weeks, you know. If you can't keep it light in the cockpit, you're gonna have a really horrible trip.
Marcio, I'd like you to meet somebody. Hula girl. I got her when I first started ferry flying and with me ever since.
Hula girl's right here.
Yeah.
She's not alone. Her friend Jack. What a 6-piston. Thought I was the only crazy one. No, man, there are weird people everywhere, man.
If we got a ditch in the ocean, I would like to ditch in front of a cruise ship because we'd be in the hot tub with a margarita within the hour.
Or do I shut off the gas?
It is so huge to have an element of entertainment and comedy, no matter how stressful the situation is.
It relaxes the brain. It helps the brain recover from the stress.
This is why I became a pilot, to go flying to places like this. This is so cool. Oh, check this out.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm good, I'm good.
What the heck? Yeah!
It was so disgusting.
No, I'm
Yeah. I'll pass.
How do we? Chinese girl like this, huh? Oh, la la! Very good.
It's like eating an artichoke. Where's the mayonnaise?
Thank you very much.
Somehow Carrie jumped on the grenade and did it. I was like, hey,
You know, I don't know why. I was going to give you $100 to do it because I really had no intention of doing it.
You did it for free.
And then I ended up doing it for free.
Hey, but the funny thing is you ate it
And you got sick.
you got sick.
Whoa, look at that.
Good times, good times.
What did you eat last night that's killing you?
Oh no, we tried some local Pakistan cuisine. That was really good, but it was definitely off the grid for me. Kind of paid for it all night and was hoping to get it kind of out of my system before we started flying, but Iran's airspace is about 5 miles that way. Those guys aren't too friendly. Oh, tell you what though. The way I feel right now, that was the closest bathroom. I'd take it. You're gonna have buns of steel out here and you got the clench going. Hang in there, my brother. Hang in there. Yeah. 4.5 hours of the most torturous flying I've ever had to do. Yeah, I suppose if it was a real rocket day, it could be a little more uncomfortable.
I needed to be in a hospital. I was having the most severe stomach sickness that I've ever had in my whole life.
When we landed, he could barely move to get out of the plane. I ran in there. Let me find a bathroom for you so you're at least going in the right direction.
A little recon.
Found one, got up there.
It was absolutely the most single worst day flying of my life. And I'll never, hopefully, ever have one like that.
I'm hurt. Pakistan's revenge.
You know, we love what we do, but one of the toughest parts is how much we're gone. And you know, I feel like I'm missing watching my kids grow up sometimes, and it's tough. You're away a lot.
Daddy.
What, sweetie?
You don't see your family that much.
I hadn't seen my mom for about a year, and Pete and I happened to be delivering a plane to somewhere about 300 miles from where my mom lived, called her up, and we're ferrying this plane from England, and it turns out we're landing in Quincy, Illinois. You know, she was like, I'll do the best I can, and she's just kind of a trooper that way, and sure enough, we were taxiing in, and oh man, she's actually standing out there. There she is, taking photos. Hey, we made it. We finally made it. How's it going?
Is it a good, great?
It felt awesome to see my mom. I mean, I haven't seen her forever.
I'll tell you, it's worth the 300-mile drive.
Yeah, how
for
much?
as infrequently as we get together.
It was a nice surprise for sure.
It's nice to have those wins on these trips.
And sometimes, like this last flight, there was a tremendous, horrible flight coming back home. Singapore to Tokyo to LA, driving to San Diego.
Ugh.
I said, I am not doing this again. I am done with this. But there's a little bug that comes in, and you start bringing your memories back.
It's a sickness.
It is. It's
off you go, you know, and it's just like an addiction.
How do you stop
it? It is almost like an addiction.
Doesn't take much time to reset, you know?
Yeah.
You get home, do your laundry. All right, let's do it. Ready to go.
Then the phone rings.
The phone rings.
And you say, no, I'm not doing this again. Well, but it's a Phenom 300 going to Australia, dude. And then you go and you look at the map and say, oh, man, this is going to be cool, you know? Okay, I do it.
Oh, okay, I can do it one more time.
This is awesome. Who gets to do this? Who gets to buzz the Amazon first thing in the morning?
We know this is the most dangerous type of flying, and it's very stressful. The pay's not great, but we do have some amazing experiences, though.
There's an iceberg coming up, and a hole right through the middle of it. Minimums, minimums.
Too low terrain.
Look at this. Holy cow. That's huge.
That's cool. That is very cool.
That's badass.
The whole thing just looks like it's out of The Lost World or something. Look at that. Wow. Unbelievable. Pretty impressive. You know, this is why I ferry fly.
Dude, we got this day off. Let's take my jet up and see what it can do.
Awesome.
Here we go. Oh, very nice.
Very nice on the vertical up to 7,000.
This is very cool.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, it is. I love the view, too.
Okay, you got the aircraft?
I got it.
Are roll inverted? I'm gonna float it down to the horizon. That's about good. Now roll back.
Dude, how cool is that?
Isn't that bitchin'?
That's bitchin'.
You lucky bastard.
That was pretty cool.
Well, guys, we've had a hell of a year, but we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. There's a bunch of flights on the horizon, all over the world, different airplanes. It's going to be awesome. We're adding a new pilot to the team. Carrie, why don't you introduce your new co-pilot?
Gentlemen, it's my daughter Claire, my new co-pilot.
Hi, Claire.
Hey. AKA Supergirl.
Hey, I'm Brad. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hi, Claire, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Hi, great to meet you guys.
Very
Have
cool.
a seat. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Apparently she is as crazy as her old man. She's decided to go flying around the world in little airplanes, so there we go.
Yeah, we have a flight already set up for them, so they're going to be flying a single-engine plane. And we've got a bunch of other flights set up, too. We have, I know that Marcio's got a Jet Aviva Phenom flight coming up, and then there's a bunch of other cool flights. This is going to be much different than what we did last year, more difficult, and it's going to be fun. So let's have a cheers next year.
Here you go, Claire.
Let's stay out of the ocean, stay out of the jungle.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for everything.
Cheers. Very successful year, gentlemen.
Welcome, Claire.
Let's do it.
Welcome. Welcome.
Next on Dangerous Flights.
I don't know what's going on.
Out of oxygen at 22,000 feet.
This is bad.
Icy wings.
Ice will kill you.
Systems down.
The altitude selector has failed. The de-ice boots are failed. The prop ice is failed.
I think I lost the bet. You gotta pee, don't you?
A sky-high plumbing problem.
Oopsie, little turbulence.
Oh, God, this is gross.
And 2 new rookies join the team.
This new co-pilot that I have,
Speaking from the left-hand side.
I'm not even sure if he's out of his diapers yet.
Dad.
But when I tell you to do
so I'm
something the
gonna
first
try.
time, don't argue with me. Just say, okay.
That's what
I'll
I was
try.
saying. I'm not going to get any better with you yelling in my ears.